Hey everybody, welcome back to Endzone, a world apart. So there's been a December patch since last time we played. This is about research, there's new buildings, there's new tutorials which we won't get into. But they've changed how expeditions work, improved usefulness of expeditions, and they've reorganized technologies. I don't know how this is going to work with our existing save file. It's definitely going to change things up if we can even continue. So once we get in, we'll talk about the changes as I understand them to the expedition system. Let's pause real quick. So apparently we have homeless settlers. Somehow that happened. Okay, so let's talk about expeditions. So from what I understand, people weren't using or didn't really feel like the expeditions were fun or interesting. Like you weren't getting enough bang for your buck. Why were you going out here just to find a few supplies? You could find some new seeds as well, but really people weren't really enjoying it. And as well, the research tree, which we saw before, was much simpler than this. Now there's tiers, kind of like Frostpunk, it looks like. But you just research them over time, right? You just gained research, and then you grabbed it. Now, as far as I know, resources are being collected. Sure. Now what I understand is you need something called, research utensils. You probably can't read it here because of me downscaling to 720p, but here you go. Research level 1. One research utensil will be needed to be able to perform research on the technologies at the next level. And then you have 3 research utensils, 5 research utensils. I think utensil is a weird phrase. Like, when I think of utensil, I think of an eating utensil, not a researching utensil. But, like a fork and a knife, not a microscope. But this is just a research utensil is a fictitious, nebulous idea of you need some kind of blueprints or some kind of technology found in the wastes to get to these levels. So you need to do expeditions now to get those. And because unfortunately, because we were already having a saved game, the developers just decided to give us 5 research utensils. So we got the max, so we don't actually have to go searching for them to unlock these things, because they thought it was not fair, if you've been playing for a while, that you'd have to go do the expeditions again, and maybe you couldn't. Maybe you'd already looked at everything. So rather than deal with that, I'd like to pick up this scrap. I don't think a human being can grab that scrap. It requires a scrapyard to be salvaged, yeah. But I need a scrapyard to go over there so I can move more houses this direction. Why do I have 4 homeless people? So food is low, water's low. Just my general, from what I remember, it's been a while since I played, but from what I remember, our situation was, I need to move this road. I remember the situation was that we didn't have enough people to perform all the tasks we wanted to perform, basically. You know what? I don't know if you can actually expand a cultivated field once you have it down. I saw that. I saw you building that road here. So let's just surround that. There you go. So, yeah. I have some homeless people, so I need to make them a house. I can't put it here because there's not enough room. Can't put it... Well, I actually can put it there. Never mind. I can put it there. Actually, I can't put it there because there's one block that I'm missing. So, where do you guys want to live? Maybe I should start some new homes over on this side. 6 settlers being isolated from the rest of the population and brought to the new facility. The doctors are working day and night to treat the patients and provide enough medicine. They've already reported initial successes. See for yourself, Chief. Okay, thank you. Time is just slowly ticking by. Can I see the attraction? Yeah, I mean, they don't want to live over here, but maybe they could. They could enjoy living over here if I made it worth their time. Like maybe over here, we can put them a little bit away. I wish there was kind of a grid, like a gradient. Like how far does this, like we don't like to look at this, how far does that affect people? Like, oh, I say it will tell me. Okay, so I'd have to be pretty far out. Or up here. Alright, but that kind of gets into... Actually, I don't have anyone working in that area, do I? Well, this Gatherer Gavin does. So, let's move them down here. Maybe we'll have a little neighborhood down here, perhaps. So let's pause it. Alright, about there is as far as you can get, huh? That's your distance. Whoops. Accidentally scrolled. Let's drop 2 houses down. And let's extend the road. Alright, there you go. You got 2 houses can live over, 2 people can live over here. Now, did I put a food station down? Is there a food dispensary over here? I like that you can click these. So there is a food dispensary, but it's not close enough to those houses. So I actually need another food station. And they also put down a water station where people can grab water. I thought. Electric water pump. Pumps water out of the ground. That's without using people. Is it under logistics? Yeah, water point. Water point is constantly filled with water and can consequently shorten the travel routes to obtaining water. If I wanted to, you know, put that nearby my town here, they don't have to run up here to the cistern or whatever. They can come right here. Don't know if somebody needs to man that. That someone does need to man that, maybe. Expedition is returning. There they go. Slowly returning. They're sick and they need some help. Expedition returned home. Potential loot is stored in the expedition station. Okay, we got 7 homeless people now. 2 sick settlers and 1 unhappy settler. I should think about building another shelter. And again, I don't know why I'm getting this bug with this blue bar on the side. Something I'm doing is causing that. Alright, can we build one of these houses first? There you go. Alright, still got 5 homeless people though. I can't afford a shelter because it takes a lot of cloth, right? Oh, only 10 cloth. I thought it costed. I thought it cost more. So what it costs is a large amount of space apparently. Well, that's unattractive, so they don't want to live there, but it's a shelter. Do you really care about living? I mean, it's an emergency shelter. I mean, I could put it here. That doesn't remove too much of the gatherer's cabin area. And they're still kind of conglomerated around the major resources. There, build the shelter. What's your problem? Hunting lodge? I don't know. Their problem was fixed as soon as I clicked on it. So I can set up for another expedition, you know, just because I enjoy doing them. And I start from the left. 1.2 seasons. Just send that scout. Or do I care about... Let's pick an interesting one, maybe. There's a lot of greenhouses. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. There's the cake shop. What about this old church? The site looks promising. The radar doesn't show what we're dealing with. It's way up here at the top of the map. Go ahead and send a scout on that. And fast food restaurant. I don't know what you are. But what about the nuclear power plant? Send off on you. Oh, you're right next to the church. Okay. Alright, I got an achievement unlocked as Surviving 101, whatever that means. Wait. Must have lost some people. Adults went down. Check out our profession. Yeah, we got 7 settlers. So let's add a 3rd builder. Food is great. I don't know what happened, why our food jumped up so drastically. Wood. Do we need another wood stockpile or something so we can... Oh, that's production limit is 500. Like some plastics. Where's all our plastics, guys? So let's see what we want to dump some people into. Farmers, gatherers, hunters, fishers are fully capped out, as well as well keepers fully maxed. Water carriers seem to be okay right now. Forester, I've got enough wood. Herbalist, I've got plenty of herbs. Technician, tools seem to be okay. Tailor, refiner, coal burner. Coal is in a good spot. Teachers, let's throw in an extra teacher. Mortician, that doesn't seem to be a problem. Researcher, logistician, decontaminator, scouts. Throw in another couple of researchers. There you go. There's an oncoming drought, so you remember what I said about we don't need to put more water, more people in there carrying water? Apparently we did. Alright, the ruin has been scouted. The old church. Found the ruin, Chief. It's an old church sprayed with graffiti. When it's all said and done, faith didn't protect us against what lies ahead either. But when I look at this building, I can't say that I don't understand why people pray. Even though it's fallen apart, it still looks very impressive. So we should take some metal tools, a scrap collector person, an explorer person, and a well keeper person. Alright. Let's look about that. So that's not proper grammar. Let's look about. So James has this settler badge, explorer badge. So I'm taking James. I need a well person. So I'm taking Luca. And then finally we have to choose between Felix, Leone, and Luis. Well, you know what? Felix, you're right here at the top, so I'm choosing you. You're a refiner, you're a refiner. Yeah, that's fine. I should take metal tools. Let's take metal tools, and I guess I'm gonna worry about taking extra protective clothing. I do want to take some food with us. Again, don't know how many action points is important. What is that? This resource is not available in sufficient quantity. All right, let's take 11 action points then. Go. Oh, there's nobody working here at the water point. But we don't have any settlers either. So I need a... Is that a logistician that works there? Yes, it is a logistician. Okay, so I'm going to reduce some... I'm going to reduce a gatherer, a farmer, a fisher, and a hunter. And I'm going to just give a whole bunch of logisticians. Alright, we've also scouted the nuclear power plant. A reminder of human hubris. The people before us built these plants to ensure cheap energy, not caring about risk or taking long-term impacts into consideration. When it all spiraled out of control, these things brought death to millions, almost 2 centuries later, and it still emits radiation. Better send a properly equipped expedition if you don't want to risk to adding to this thing's body count, Chief. Alright, so we can't send an expedition because we already have one going on, apparently. But we would want to send a radiation suit, a technician, and someone with metal tools. Alright, just go on. I wish you guys would build this thing over here. We need some wood. We got plenty of wood. Probably because we don't have any settlers to... Well, we do have 2 settlers now. I was going to say we didn't have settlers to just help move things around. There we go. We got a shelter up and running. Does it look any different than this shelter? Not particularly, no. Alright, we got a bunch of people living in there. Giorgio, Andrew, Emily, Romya, and Olivia. You guys live in the shelter. And we're not researching anything. Needs plastic to research. Okay. Where's our plastic recycler? You're recycling cloth. You're recycling metal. You're recycling cloth. You're recycling cloth. You're recycling metal. So we've got a lot of cloths and no plastics. Okay. So cloth. Cloth I'll go. Metals I don't really need right now. You can plastic. That's 1 metal. That's 2 metal. You know, you go to plastic as well. There you go. All right. So build some plastic. Ah, this isn't near the water source. That's my problem. I put someone there, but they don't have a water source. I need it to be closer. I thought they could just truck it in. Okay, well, never mind. It's a bad place to build this, then. I might just delete this. Actually, I can change. I can do this. Okay. Durr. Over here or over here? Like, which is the longer? Let's go here. Maybe you guys don't have to walk so far. Taking it from cisterns, taking it from water towers, taking it from wells, taking it from rainwater collectors. Oh, here comes the rain. You can see it passing across my screen right now. Look at our food resources. It's going nuts. So we need electronics. We don't even know how to build electronics. We need plastic. And what are you complaining about? Production limit? You're over the production limit? So instead of making activated carbon masks, should I make radiation suits? But that's going to use up plastics, so no. What is that? Why is there a... It was a very shiny crate you're carrying, dude. Looks like a beacon. Carrying a crate of metal tools. Okay, so what do we want to do? We have enough people to really... I mean, we could have a ton more water carriers. Just throw a couple more water carriers in. At this point, maybe I want to move these people out of the shelter and start building actually real homes for them. They can have more babies so we can put more people into the workforce. And I built something for them to, you know, have fun and enjoy life. A pub produces beer, liquor, or joints that can be consumed by settlers to boost their confidence. A forum. At the forum, decrees can be imposed upon the settlement that influences the settlers' behavior. In addition, a selection of the settlers' tasks can be viewed and taken on. Can only be built once. That's interesting. You can build a campfire as a meeting place for settlers to boost their confidence. Takes 60 wood. You know what? Oh, that's a big old boy. You know what? If this is going to be our new kind of camp, our new... what am I want to say? Like neighborhood. If this is going to be a new neighborhood, then guess what? You guys get a big old campfire. Congratulations. And I'm also going to build you right next door the forum. This is going to be a great little lakeside vista over here. You're going to love it. This is the new upcoming neighborhood, except for all this scrap here that we got to clean out. What's our scrapyard doing? You know what, scrapyard? I'm going to change your workplace to remove all this. And let's build some new roads. Let's kind of lay out the path here. Not exactly straight, but, you know, it doesn't have to be straight. Okay, speed up time. What's our... Oh, we're still waiting for some rations. Okay. I'd like to have a couple other workers maybe in the scout area here. Oh, I didn't even notice this expedition status button over here. Expedition is traveling. We got James, the very old adult, Luca, the very old adult, and Felix, the adult. Well, hopefully neither of them dies on the way. Seeing a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of traffic here. People walking this back path. Well, at least one person walking this back path. So maybe it's time for a second road. We've got a front road over here. Maybe this is 2nd Street. Let's continue this out. And there's a lot of space right here that's not being used for anything. So put some decoration in there. Be a, well, maybe it's not a good idea to put a torch right next to the farm. We'll put a torch on this side. We can have a flower bed. And a couple flower beds. I could put hedges, but maybe flower bed. Maybe that'll make things a little bright and shiny for them. Show me, where does the torch go, though? Are you making the torch? Is it just right here? It is right there. Okay. Flower bed. And another flower bed. And I know it's, well, you know what? For the sake of symmetry, I am going to put a torch right next to the garden. Getting some plastics in, so that means that our research can continue. Research was performed on new technologies. Weather station has been researched and is now available. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So that's the weather station. So what do we want to grab now? A warehouse might be nice. Offers more space than a temporary storeroom. Cannot be used to collect any water. Improved radio mast for trading outposts, which you haven't been doing. Loitering ban. Prohibit settlers from boosting their confidence by visiting their homes or other buildings. Now, let's not make them mad. Hemp weaving mill produces cloth from hemp. Refinery. Refinery could be nice. It requires a ton of scrap, though. Refineries where you can have one source to get all your metal, cloth, plastic, or electronics rather than having separate ones. And maybe what we go for, but it requires 3 learning, 3 knowledge things. And we're far from that right now. So the campfire area is up and running here. People from this area can come over, have a nice gander at the campfire. Are you gonna hang out at the campfire? Visiting a building. No, you're also coming to hang out at the campfire. How nice. What about you? Are you coming? Yeah, everyone's gonna hang out. I can't zoom in any closer, so... Oh, well, that wasn't a very long visit. Thanks for visiting, though. Oh, nice little... sitting down, playing guitar for like 3 strums of the strings, and then you're gone. How do you feel? How are you feeling right now? Feeling great? So lovely. You're super great. The only thing you don't have is electricity. You haven't experienced anything pleasant. You don't have a newborn child, or you are not being entertained. Alright, we made it, Chief. That's what the buildings look like when the ancients worshipped God. Don't know if we'll find much here, but hey, have faith in all that, right? Where should we start, Chief? Alright, let's start at the main gateway or the side door. So, you know what? Let's try the side door. They requires a explorer badge and a well keeper badge, which we have. This entrance looks less promising than the main gateway, but who knows? It could have been access to the priest's living quarters. We'll know more once we get inside. Okay, we do have the priest's living quarters. We're going through the apartment. It looks pretty frugal. Either someone was already here or whoever lived here didn't have much to begin with. We'll see. Luckily, we have someone who knows precisely what they have to look for. We'll manage to salvage stuff here that can be good use. Alright, let's go. That was more successful than I thought. Some medicine cloth and bed sheets and the like. Wood from the chairs and benches. And we even found several Class 1 filters in the back room. And the priest himself, apparently. At least a skeleton with a revolver in his hand and a cassock. Rest in peace, priest. Got some medicine, cloth, wood, charcoal mask, and some iodine tablets. Oh, we need those to get into the cake shop. Okay, let's go for the small chapel. An inconspicuous door leads us into a small chapel that the priest probably used for praying in private. The windows are made out of that typical glass in churches we still know from photos. In the middle, there's the statue of an angel, or Mary, I'm not sure. We'll take a look around. Alright. A switch made it possible to get a kind of internal cistern going. The water was fresh and not contaminated. How is that possible? If we didn't have the well keeper along with us, we wouldn't have noticed the mechanism for opening the cistern. What a stroke of luck. Or maybe divine intervention? An internal cistern that was fresh and not contaminated. How is that possible? Because it was blessed holy water that was somehow protected from the contamination. Is that what they were trying to get at? Okay, let's go back and let's try the front door. Let's get in there. The gateway to the church seems to have been made to last an eternity. Very thick wood, but it shouldn't have any problems. Shouldn't be any problems to open the gateway with the tools. Though it's a pity about the lovely workmanship. Although the door is weather beaten, you can still see the ornaments and embellishments. The finely crafted metal parts covered with ancient religious symbols. Try to get the door open. Luckily, we remembered to bring the tools, which will make work easier. Alright, continue. Successfully completed. So, what do you say to that? We've opened the door, Chief, and actually managed to destroy a lot less than I thought. Plenty of creaking and grating, but the door slid open all the same. That's why we always take along the right tools for stuff like that. The vestibule entrance is a small room all by itself with stairs to the galleries. At the same time, the vestibule leads to the prayer hall and the shrines located behind it. Despite the destruction, it's still pretty impressive. Alright, so we have the shrine and the prayer hall. Well, let's start in the prayer hall. Man, that's one mighty echo here, even though the rubble can be seen everywhere. A few holes, too. Must be heavy duty to sing in here. Whatever. Let's see what we find here. At any rate, there's a skeleton or two laying around here. There's so many... How many times did you say here? There's a mighty echo here. Must be heavy duty to sing in here. Let's see what we find here. At any rate, there's a skeleton or two lying around here. There's too many... And here's another one. I know I just did it myself. Apparently some of them prayed here right up to the end. Too many uses of the word here, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can find anything useful. Luckily, we have someone who knows what's valuable. Alright. Not bad at all. We were able to reduce the benches to kindling, and the organ above was in such good shape that we could salvage some metal out of it. But even so, I still get this kind of queasy feeling. A Bible lay open near one of the skeletons. Only a few sentences were still legible on the page. The fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and the power was given unto him to scorch men with fire, and men were scorched with great heat. Alright, we got a badge, 23 metal, 23 wood, and let's go for the shrine. There's a stately shrine in the back of the church, Chief. Apparently there was some looting here. The panels and trim were partially torn away, and stones were knocked out. Maybe they were searching for something valuable, and probably found it too. Take a look around and grab what we find. Okay, let's go. Absolutely nothing to salvage here except a little cloth. It wasn't worth it, Chief. But hey, you can't strike it rich all the time, right? Alright, that's everything. church door's been done. Yeah, so all these been completed. Side door's been done. So let's loot and return. And what do we want to grab? Can we just grab everything? Grab all the medicine. Grab all the cloth. I mean, that already takes us up to 50% of our expedition capacity. We want the iodine tablets. Water, I'm not so sure about. Metal's important. Let's grab that. Wood, we're kind of maxed out on, so let's grab all the water we can. And then finally, we'll leave 35 wood behind. We busted up those pews for nothing. Oh, nice. This wasn't... I don't think this was here before about this... Was this here before with settlement inventory? Don't know if it was. Alright, let's loot and return. At last, we headed up to here with these rations. After a while, they weren't fit to eat anymore. Alright, go on back. Can we build the new forum? Because I'd like to know what that's all about before we end the episode. I need some wood. That's it. I just need 38 wood. Someone can grab that for me. I have 0 settlers. So the builders have to go back and forth, back and forth. I'm 1 settler now, actually. Alright, we're gonna need more wood, guys, and the drought is here, so there goes all our water. Now that I have the iodine tablets, I'd love to send out another expedition, but I can't until those guys come back. Alright, the expedition's returned home. Let's open another expedition window and let's find this place. Yes, the cake shop. Oh, we needed 10. I think we only had 5. Never mind. Well, we could go back to the church we've been to. What was that? That's a bunker. That's Fallout 4 right there. Yeah, let's go to the nuclear power plant. I'm not sure if we have a radiation suit available though, to be honest with you. Oh, we do have one. Okay. And I want metal tools. Maybe we don't. Maybe that's not telling me I have one. Maybe that's just telling me I'm trying to take one. And now I need... What do I need? I need a builder. Or excuse me, a technician. We have Austin here. You know what, Austin? You're at the top left. You get to go, bud. And, you know what? Maybe... So many action points is not worth it. 10 action points. And I don't have a radiation suit. So I will need to build one first. That's okay. We can set somebody to work on a radiation suit. Where's my tailor? Work on a radiation suit. That requires cloth, coal, and plastics. And if someone could please build this thing. Alright, they should be bringing the last chunk of wood. The next person that comes through. There you go. Now you're building the forum. Okay. There it is. Alright, so you can see it's got plastered with posters over here on this side. Stage. Decrees issued. And also things people are asking for on the bulletin board. So, dead bodies on our street. We have 3.3 seasons to take on this mission. More and more dead bodies are accumulating on our street, Chief. You really ought to see to it that we give these poor souls a place where they can rest in peace. When there shouldn't be, we've got... Oh. Red is probably a bad idea. So I need more morticians, is what you're saying. Do I have the staff for that? Okay, well, let's do it. What do I need? Assign one more mortician. Well, that's easy. I'll take a gatherer out, and you have a mortician. Where's the mortician? Why can't I find the mortician? There they are. There you go, you're done. It's a good thing this can be taken care of now, Chief. We've assured the families of the deceased that their kinfolk receive an appropriate last place to rest in peace. Alright, understood. That'll make people happy, I think. There's also taste for the economy. To enable their good mood to be prepped up further, I suggest we fit them out with the best equipment we can manufacture. No thank you. Field testing. Our researchers came up with a new idea. They're not quite sure whether their plan could work. If you could provide them with a few materials. No thank you. One of our hunters tells us that the local wildlife population is on the rise. We ought to take advantage of this opportunity to get more protein on our table. And also, we've been back on the surface again for quite a while now, Chief. All of us were born up here. Although without the first settlers who still came from the Endzone, we never would have made it here. Some of our settlers came up with the idea to put a monument to those settlers so that we can never forget where we all came from. But also, we have these decrees. Let's pause it. Banish the Elderly. Elderly settlers are banished from the settlement. This reduces the contentedness of the remaining settlers by 3. So we can just get rid of all the old people because they're not helping us. Food rationing. People may only consume 50% of their usual food. Water rationing, only 50% of their water. Banish all the children. Okay, children are banned from the settlement. This lowers the confidence of settlers by 5. We just throw all the children out into the wild to fend for themselves. Also, birth control, no more childbirth for 3 seasons. Then there's other things like motivation, diligence, immunity, knowledge transfer, loitering ban. We've seen those in the research tree. I'm not going to do any of these right now, honestly. So that was not a super important thing for us to build, but you know what? We build it. So did this road continue on this way? Box this area in. I don't know. Maybe that's not worth it right now. Okay, well, let's go ahead and end this episode here. Take a nice drawn out look at our society. But thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh yeah, I need to remember to save. And hope to see you again next time. Now that I have saved and there's a next time to come back to.